So before we go to the derivatives of exponential and logarithmic function, let's first recall ano nga ba ang exponential at logarithmic function. So if a is greater than 0 and a is not equal to 1, then the exponential function with base a is f of x equals a raised to x. And if a is greater than 0 and a is not equal to 1, the logarithmic function with base a, written as f of x equals log of x to the base a, is the inverse function of the exponential function with base a. So etong dalawang ito ay parang may relationship sila kasi ito, no, yung inverse niya ay itong logarithm. Now take note of this. Y is equal to the log of x to the base a if and only if x is equal to a raised to y. And the log of a raised to x to the base a is equal to x for all x na element ng set of real numbers natin. And lastly, a raised to log of x to the base a is equal to x for all x na greater than 0. Now let's consider this, the limit of 1 plus h raised to 1 over h as h approaches 0. So maglalagay tayo ngayon ng mga values ng h and we will try to see saan nga ba papunta yung limit ng 1 plus h raised to 1 over h. So pansinin ninyo, habang papaliit ng papaliit or approaching siya ng 0 positive, anong nangyayari sa 1 plus h raised to 1 over h natin? Nag-a-approach naman siya sa e, right? Ganon din kapag naman approaching 0, negative, anong nangyayari sa 1 plus h raised to 1 over h? Ganon pa rin, ina-approach niya yung ating e. So ano ngayon ang masasabi ninyo sa limit ng 1 plus h raised to 1 over h as h approaches 0? Well, based on sa nakita nating table of values, this is just equal to e. In fact, yan yung definition natin ng Euler's number. Euler's number is the e. So e is defined as the limit of 1 plus h raised to 1 over h as h approaches 0. And we know that the value of that is 2.718281828459045 up to walang katapusan yan. Kasi nga, irrational number ang e. Now, going back to our first definition, etong exponential function natin, kapag pinalitan natin si a ng e, that becomes our natural exponential function. Ganon din dito sa ating logarithmic function, kapag pinalitan natin si a ng e, that becomes our natural logarithmic function. Or sinusulat natin yan as ln of x. So we define now the natural exponential function as f of x equals e raised to x, and the natural logarithmic function as f of x equals ln of x or log of x to the base e. Now this is important to note. We let a be greater than 0 and a not equal to 1. Then the ln of e raised to x is equal to x for all x na element ng set of real numbers natin. And e raised to ln of x is equal to x for all x na greater than 0. And ln of e is equal to 1. Number 4, the log of x to the base a is equal to ln x over ln a. And finally, a raised to x is equal to e raised to ln a raised to x equals e raised to x ln a. Now, ito yung importante na gusto nating malaman ngayon. The theorems on the derivatives of exponential and logarithmic function. First, the derivative of e raised to x is equal to e raised to x. Ito yata yung pinakamadali sa lahat kasi yung derivative niya same lang sa kanya. Second, for a greater than 0 but not equal to 1, the derivative of a raised to x is equal to a raised to x ln a. Next, For x greater than 0, the derivative of the log of x to the base a is equal to 1 over x ln a. Next, for all x greater than 0, the derivative of ln x is equal to 1 over x. In fact, the derivative of ln, absolute value of x, is equal to 1 over x for all x not equal to 0. So, kailangan lang i-memorize nyo lahat ito para kapag nakita nyo na yung inyong function, alam nyo na kaagad kung ano yung kanyang derivative. Okay, let's try some examples. If f of x is equal to e raised to x minus x, find the derivative of f and compare the graphs of f of x and the derivative of f. So for our solution, f prime of x is equal to the derivative of e raised to x minus x. Pero by the difference rule, di ba, pwede nating kunin yung derivative ng bawat isa. So that is the derivative of e raised to x minus the derivative of x. And we know that the derivative of this is just e raised to x. And the derivative of this is 1 by power rule. Therefore, the derivative of f now is equal to e raised to x minus 1. Now, if you graph that, etong red na part dito, ito yung ating f of x, at etong blue na part ay ang ating f prime of x. So, kung mapapansin nyo doon sa graph natin ng f of x, yung red na graph, di ba meron siyang horizontal tangent line at x equals 0. Dito sa part na to, di ba? Meron siyang horizontal tangent line dyan. Next example. If f of x equals x times e raised to x, find the derivative of f. So for our solution, we will find the derivative of x times e raised to x. Pero dito, di ba, parang meron tayong dalawang functions. So x is our f, tapos e raised to x is our g. So since this is a product, pwede natin gamitin yung product rule, that is f prime times g plus g prime times f. So ano ba yung derivative ni first? We have 1. So this is our f prime. And then our g is e raised to x plus our g prime is e raised to x and our f is x. So therefore, f prime of x is equal to e raised to x plus x times e raised to x. Or pwede rin, ilabas natin si e raised to x, so that is e raised to x times 1 plus x. Next example. Find the derivative of r of x equals 4 raised to x minus 5 log of x to the base 8. So for our solution, we will find the derivative of 4 raised to x minus 5 log of x to the base 8. And by the difference rule, pwede natin kunin yung derivative ng bawat term. That is, derivative ng 4 raised to x minus yung derivative ng 5 log of x to the base 8. So ano ba ang ating derivative ng 4 raised to x? Diba? That is 4 raised to x ln 4. Minus, eto naman, ang derivative nito is, pwede natin ilabas si 5. Okay? So parang magiging ganito yan. 5d over dx of log x to the base 8. So, meron na tayong 5. Ano ba yung d over dx ng log x to the base 8? That is 1 over x ln 8. Kaya, magiging 5 over x ln 8. So, therefore, we have minus 5 over x ln 8. So that is the derivative of r of x. Example number 4. Find the derivative of g of x equals 5 times e raised to x plus 2 times x cubed ln x. So for our solution, we will find the derivative of g of x by, okay, gamitin muna natin yung sum rule. Pwede nating paghiwalayin yung 5 e raised to x tsaka 2x cubed ln x. That is, kukunin natin yung derivative ng first term plus derivative ng second term natin. So in this case, pwede lang nating ilabas si 5. So that is 5 d over dx e raised to x. Plus, dito naman, meron tayong product. Okay? This is our f and this is our g. So dito, pwede lang nating ilabas yung 5. Tapos, kukunin na natin yung derivative ng e raised to x. And dito naman sa kabila, meron tayong product. So this will be our f and this will be our g. So using our rules, we have 5 times e raised to x lang yan. Okay? Plus, the derivative of this now is, okay, fig plus gif. So, our derivative of the first is, ito, 6x squared. Then, our g. Plus, the derivative of g, that is 1 over x. Okay? And our f. So, that is now equal to 5 times e raised to x plus 6x squared ln x plus 2x squared. Kasi, pwedeng mag-cancel yung isa dyan. Okay? So, the derivative now of gx is equal to 5 times e raised to x plus 6x squared ln x plus 2x squared. For example number 5, let's find the derivative of y equals 2 times e raised to x over 3 e raised to x plus 1 plus 2 log of x to the base 5. Anong haba yata nito? Okay, so for our solution, since meron tayong sum dito, pwede natin kunin yung derivative nito plus yung derivative nito. So ganyan lang siya. Pinaghiwalay lang natin siya. And then, ano ba yung derivative nito? Gagamitin natin yung quotient rule dito. Okay, that is, ano yung sinasabi ng quotient rule? Fig minus gif all over g squared. So, in this case, our f is ito, at ang g natin itong nasa baba. Ganon palagi ha, nasa taas yung f, nasa baba yung g. Okay, f prime, ito yon. F prime natin times g, ito yon. Pinagbaliktad ko sila kasi para hindi magmukhang derivative ng buo. Okay, minus g prime. Ang g prime natin is derivative nito times f. Ito, all over g squared. Yun pa lang yung una. Okay? Plus, derivative naman nito, pwede nating ilabas si 2. Kasi nga, constant lang siya. So, that is 2 times derivative of log of x to the base 5. So, if we simplify that, we have this. So, eto na ngayon yung 3 times e raised to x plus 1 times yung 2 nilabas niya, tas yung derivative ng e raised to x minus 2 times e raised to x times the derivative nung sum. Okay? Kasi meron tayong sum dito. So, ginawa niya, pinaghiwalay lang niya silang dalawa. Plus, syempre, yung 2 times the derivative of log of x to the base 5. Now, if we simplify that, we have 3 times e raised to x plus 1, tapos 2, derivative nito ay e raised to x lang. Minus, ito, 2 times e raised to x lang. Ano yung derivative nito? Di ba we have 3, pwede nating ilabas yung 3 dyan, parang ganyan, d over dx of e raised to x. So, 3 lang siya, times derivative nito is e raised to x, kaya 3 times e raised to x. Plus, derivative ng 1 is 0, kaya ganyan na lang siya. Over 3 times e raised to x plus 1 squared. Plus, ano ngayon yung derivative nito? We have 2 times 1 over x ln 5, or that is 2 over x ln 5. So, eto na siya. So, if we simplify that, we have this. So, i-multiply lang natin yung 2 times e raised to x. I-distribute natin dito. So, we have 2 times e raised to x times 3 times e raised to x is 6 times e raised to 2x. Plus, again, i-distribute natin to dito sa 1. So, we have 2 times e raised to x. And then, i-multiply lang natin to. We have negative 6 times e raised to 2x over the square of 3 times e raised to x plus 1. Plus, syempre, meron pa tayong 2 over x ln 5. Notice na pwede nating tanggalin to. Maka-cancel out yan. Therefore, we have 2 times e raised to x all over the square of 3 times e raised to x plus 1 plus 2 over x ln 5. Example number 6. Find the derivative of y equals 5 raised to x plus x raised to 5 minus 3 e raised to x. So, y prime now equals the derivative of y. Since meron tayong plus dito at minus dito, pwede natin gamitin yung sum and difference rule. That is, kunin natin yung derivative ni 5 raised to x plus yung derivative ni x raised to 5 minus yung derivative ni 3 times e raised to x. Ano ba yung derivative nito? This is just equal to 5 raised to x ln 5 plus, eto, gamitin lang natin ng power rule. Okay, so we have 5x raised to 4 minus 3 times derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x. So this is now the derivative of y. Example number 7, let's find the derivative of f of x equals 5 times e raised to x all over 3 e raised to x plus 1. So since we have a quotient here, gamitin natin ngayon yung quotient rule. That is fig minus gif all over g squared. So this is our f and this is our g. So we have f prime, so this is our f prime, times g minus g prime times f all over g squared. Pero ano ba yan? We have 3 times e raised to x plus 1 times yung derivative nito is, that is just 5 times the derivative of e raised to x. Ano bang derivative ni e raised to x? Diba e raised to x din? Kaya eto na siya. Minus 5 times e raised to x, yun lang yon, times the derivative of 3 times e raised to x plus 1. Ano bang derivative niyan? We have 3 tapos e raised to x plus 0. Kaya naging ito siya. All over the square of 3 times e raised to x plus 1. Now, if you simplify that, that is 15 times e raised to 2x kasi ito minultiply doon, dinistribute. Tapos, pag dinistribute naman yan sa 1, magiging 5 times e raised to x minus, pag pinag-multiply ito, we have 15 times e raised to 2x. Notice that pwede nating tanggalin yung part na yan. Magka-cancel out yan. Which gives us with 5 times e raised to x all over the square of 3 times e raised to x plus 1. And finally, find the derivative of y equals 3 times e raised to x plus 10 times x cubed ln x. So again, pwede natin gamitin yung sum rule. So we have the derivative of 3 times e raised to x plus the derivative of 10 times x cubed ln x. Eto, ano lang to? Ilalabas lang yung 3 tas kunin yung derivative nito. Pero dito sa part naman na to, meron tayong product rule ang gagamitin. So we have 3 times e raised to x, yun lang yan. And then yung derivative naman nito ngayon is, okay, fig plus gif. Plus yan na kasi multiplication. So we have f prime, so that is 30x squared, times g, which is ln x, plus g prime, which is 1 over x, times f, which is 10x cubed. So if we simplify that, that is 3 times e raised to x plus 30x squared ln x plus 10x squared.